So today I'm gonna be showing you the Andy button crochet hat pattern. So when it's done, it's gonna look something similar to this, but with whatever color you choose, okay? So you're gonna need yarn of your choosing. We spun this a 6.0 crochet hook or a hook similar in size. This happens to be a 5.75 millimeter. You're gonna need stitch marker. You're also going to need thread of your choice, and you're gonna also need buttons and the thread crochet needle to attach this to the brim of the base part of the hat. Okay, so I've already gotten started with the blue. Okay, so to start off, you're gonna do a foundation chain. If you're not sure how to do a foundation chain, go ahead, pause the video right here and go watch up my video about the foundation chain, okay? So we're gonna start with the foundation chain. Let me get the foundation chain started and I'll come back. So with the foundation chain, you want to chain 8, okay? Or no, 9, I'm sorry. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're not sure how I did this, go ahead, pause the video, go watch the video about the foundation chain, and then come join us, okay? Now, step 1 is, and as we go, I'll explain the abbreviations, okay? Row 1 is this foundation chain of chaining 9. It says row 1, CH9. CH is chain. So this is the 9 chain. Row 2, starting at the second CH from the hook, BL, HDC. BL, HDC across row in each ST turn. And there should be 8. Okay, so BL, HDC is back or half double crochet in the back loop. Now if you're not sure how to do the half double crochet in the back loop, go ahead, pause the video here and go and watch the video about how to do the first half double crochet and how to do the double crochet stitch in the back loop. Okay, so let me work on this row and I'll come back. Okay, now that we've gotten to the end of this row, it says chain 1, BL, HDC across row in each ST turn. And there should be 8 in this row, okay? So, as we've learned, CH is chain. BLHDC is, as we have learned, is half double crochet in the back loop. So you're gonna do a chain 1 and you're gonna do a half double crochet stitch in the row. So like I said, chain 1 and then half double crochet stitch in the back loop, okay? You're gonna do that in the entire row, okay? And let me work on this row and then I'll come back, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten to the end of this row, it says for row 30 or 4 to 36, you're gonna repeat row 3. Now, this pattern is actually intended for most teens to adult women. Now, if you're gonna gift this to someone, you wanna make sure that the band will be able to fit around their head, and it may take more than 36 rows to equal that particular measurement. So let me continue with this, and I will be switching back to my blue one because I started on this. Okay, so let me continue with this until I get the appropriate measurement for what I'll be using, okay? Okay, I know this is going to be a different color than what I said that I'd be continuing with. So when you have the base part of the scarf, or not the scarf, the hat ready, it'll look something like this. Now this is 49 rows, okay? I know the pattern says 36, right around 36 rows, but you're gonna make the rows as many rows as you need to make it as wide around as you need it, okay? Now, the next step and what it says to do is you're going to hold these two ends together and you're going to slip stitch. It says hold together two short ends and do 8 SLSTs evenly together across to form a circle. It should measure 19 inches at this point. Well, this is actually measuring a lot wider than 19 inches. The whole reason why it's measuring bigger is so that it would fit. I wanted to make sure that it would fit, okay? Now, to do a slip stitch, like it says, you're going to hold the two ends together in, grab the working yarn, and pull through both. So it'll look like that, okay? Don't worry about the tail. We'll work on the tail later, okay? You're gonna continue so that both ends are together, okay? Let me show you this again. You're gonna go in both. Grab some working yarn and hang on. You're gonna, including the last stitch, okay? Do it again. Now you're gonna continue with this, like I said, until it is closed. So let me work on this and I'll come back, okay? Okay, now that I have this stitched together, we're now ready to move on to the main part of the hat. So the first round in part 2 is you're going to chain 1. So chaining 1 will be the same like we did with this part, the brim part of the hat, or the base part of the hat, for each row, and working along the top of the circle, ribbing horizontally HDC on top of the last row you just worked. HDC on top of every row across for a total of 37 HDC, SL, ST on top of first HDC for a total of 37 stitches. However, since I have more rows than 37, it'll be the equivalent of however many you did around, okay? And we know what CH is, and it's just to remind you, CH is chain, and HDC is half double crochet, SLST is slip stitch, okay? So just to remind you, this is chain 1, and you're still going to do the half double crochet stitch like we were doing for the ribbing, okay? So let me work on the first round and I'll come back, okay? Okay, even though it says nothing about going into the back loop, in order to get the patterning that you want, you actually want to go in, or try to go in the back. Well, this part you're going through both, okay? And round 2 is where it's gonna change, okay? Okay, one thing that I want to mention to you guys, it's always going to be a good idea to use one of these, which is a stitch marker, to mark where the row begins, so you can do a slip stitch into the top of it, okay? So before you get further into your work, you're going to have a stitch marker so you're able to see where you're going to do the slip stitch, okay? And as of right now, this is what row 1 is going to look like. It's going to continue like this around till you get back over here, okay? So you're going to continue to do the half work the half double crochet stitch on top of, like this, along here, okay? You're gonna continue to work that, okay? Okay, since I have a few more stitches to go, I'll show you the last couple of stitches and how to do it the slip stitch, okay? In, and we're doing like the half double crochet like we did the entire way around, okay? And now that we've gotten to this last stitch, let me in here, so it's not so much of a gap. And this is the reason why I was saying about how this is important, just to identify this stitch here. And since we don't need this there anymore, like I showed, slip stitched into that top stitch, and now the first row is complete. Now round 2 is chain 1 in the first stitch, half double crochet in the third stitch or third loop. Do a third loop, half double crochet, stitch around, slip stitch in the top of the first half double crochet. So you're still going to do the half double crochet stitch, but instead of going into the back loop, we're going to be going into this loop here. Now if you're not sure of how to do the half double crochet stitch in the third loop, pause the video here and go back and watch that video, okay? Okay, since I'm on the last couple of stitches, let me finish off this row and show you how to, we're still gonna do the slip stitch like we did in the last round into the top stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 like we did with the last round. And round 3 is chain 1, half double crochet in every stitch around, and slip stitch in the top of the first half double crochet stitch. Now these last 3 rows from round 1 to round 8 will have 37 or however many was on your the main first part of your hat. So we're gonna do the half double crochet like we did with round 1 in round 3, okay? Let me work on this round and I'll show you how continue from there, okay? Okay, with this last stitch, we are actually at the end of row 3. So like the last 2 stitches, we're going to do the last stitch and then slip stitch into the top of the previous, or top of the first double crochet stitch, and then chain 1. Now row 4, the next couple 4 through 8, you're repeating, alternating between row 2 and row 3, or round 2 and 3, starting with round 4, repeating 2, 5, repeats round 3, round 6 repeats round 2, and we're ending with round 8 of repeating round 2. Now, the first 8 rows will have 37 or whatever you have for the base. So you're going to have the amount that's at the base for each row until round 8, okay? So once I get through the next to row 8, round 8, I'll come back, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten to round 9, we're gonna do the half double HDC 2 TOG, half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, HDC 2 TOG, repeat from the half double crochet and then 3 stitches, and then slip stitch into the first half double crochet. So if you aren't familiar with the half double crochet 2 together, then pause the video from here and go back and watch the video for the half double crochet 2 together, okay? And according to the pattern, there'll be 29. So you'll be with 6 less, no, 8 less than the previous round. Okay, let me work on this round and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Okay, so now that I've completed this round 9, round 10 is you're gonna repeat row 2, where you do the single crochet stitch in the top, okay? So if you remember how we did this one, you're gonna do the same thing up here, and you're still gonna have the same amount of stitches as this row here, okay? And don't forget to do that chain 1, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten through the 10th round, we're gonna do a half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet 1 time in the next 3 stitches, and then half double crochet 2 together, half double crochet 1 and the next 4 stitches, half double crochet, and repeat from the half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, ending with 3 half double crochets and a half double crochet 2 together, slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet stitch. And don't forget to do a chain 1 again in this round, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten through round 11, round 12, you are going to repeat round 2, which is to do a half double crochet stitch in the first stitch, or in the first stitch, half double crochet in the third loop. Do a third loop, half double crochet in every stitch around. Slip stitch on the top of the first half double crochet stitch. Okay, so, and don't forget to do a chain 1, okay? Okay, now that I've gotten through round 12, round 13 is the half double crochet 2 together, half double crochet 1 time in the next 3 stitches, half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet in next 2 stitches, half double crochet 2 together, repeat from the half double crochet 1 time in the next 3 stitches, continue that around, end with 3 stitches, slip stitch in the first half double crochet, and as always, don't forget to do the chain 1, okay? Okay, now that I'm done with the 13th round, to finish this off, you're gonna leave a 15-inch piece of yarn and fasten off. Attach your yarn needle to yarn, weave through the last round of stitches. Pull yarn tail tightly to close the top of the hat. Fasten off securely, weaving in loose ends throughout the hat with a yarn needle. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna securely fasten the buttons to the ribbing of the hat with extra yarn, which is optional. I actually do not want to attach buttons to this, so I will show you the finished product once I'm done with it, okay? Okay guys, so when I say about finishing up with the final round, I actually mean just simply taking your yarn needle and weaving it, or like sewing, essentially, like so. And if you're not familiar with this, go ahead, pause the video, like at any other step that you're not familiar with, and go back and watch the video, okay? Now the final step, now that I got it all the way around, is to just simply pull this together like so, and it'll make this little opening here. And you can just take the yarn needle and simply go back through. Now the last time that I made this, I just went straight across to finish it off. And we're just gonna take this back through like so, just to help secure it a little. And to also close off the opening at the top.
that will wrap it off this, and don't forget to work your original tail in, okay? And at this point, you can add the buttons to the rim if you want. If not, it's not going to be a big deal. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.